Hello and welcome back to another of John Chrysostom's readings. It's number 55, and our thought for Thursday today applies very much to our world today. Now, he's going to talk about people going to church, and as they do, they pass by beggars on the street. In your town or going to your church, there may not be a place where there are beggars on the street. That usually only happens in really large cities. However, there is probably not a village or a town that doesn't have someone who's homeless or at least people in need. And so I'm substituting those in our communities who are in need for his allusion to beggars. So this is what he says. Do you want to honor the body of Christ? Then do not despise his nakedness. You come to attend church services dressed in the finest silks which your wardrobe contains. Well, obviously our dress code in the 21st century has changed, and most people don't get all dressed up to go to church, but I think we'll identify with the message anyway. It's right that you should honor Christ in this way, but on your way, do you pass naked beggars in the streets? It's no good coming to the Lord's table in fine silks, unless you also give clothes to the naked beggar, because the body of that beggar is also the body of Christ. Do you want to honor the blood of Christ? Then do not ignore his thirst. You've donated beautiful gold chalices for the wine. This is a reference for those of you who are not part of a Christian community or have never practiced Christianity. The communion service, sometimes called the Eucharist, where bread and wine or sometimes grape juice are served. It says you've donated beautiful gold chalices for the wine, which becomes a symbol of Christ's blood, and it's right that you should honor Christ in this way. But on your way to services, you passed by beggars who pleaded for food and drink. It's no good putting gold chalices on the Lord's table unless you give food and drink to the poor from your own tables. And the service which we celebrate in church is a sham unless we put its symbolic meaning into practice outside its walls. Better that we do not come at all than we become hypocrites, whose selfishness can only besmirch the gospel in the eyes of others. Remember, Chrysostom was in a culture where some people were very rich, but they were in the small minority, and there were lots of really poor people. And this perhaps speaks to our world today as well. And he was very concerned with people walking the walk, not just talking the talk. So he's saying, don't talk to people about how spiritual you are, about the things of God, when you don't help those in need. That makes you a hypocrite, and you are casting a dark shadow on the gospel, the good news of Christ. Well, I hope this one gives us all food for thought, and that you'll join with me again next week as we look on Thursday to the words of John Chrysostom. In the meantime, be safe and well. I'll see you then.